Alright, welcome back. This is Gamers Get That Win Gaming with Starfield. We're going to be going through the steps on how to build a ship in Starfield. Your first ship, and we're going to make sure that it's a pretty cool ship, at least with the styling. So the first thing you want to really do is once you get further through the story of the game, the campaign, the main missions and stuff like that, and as you did your side missions and everything, and collected enough credits to finally build your first ship, you want to eventually also visit all the star yards in the game, the ship star yards. Stroud Eklund is a good one, and Deimos is also a good one. In order to find these star yards, you will just have to go to the main universe map, and gonna look for Narion for the Stroud Eklund star yard. And if you are looking for the Deimos star yard, you gotta go to the Sol system, SOL, which is ironic. It's kind of funny that the Sol system could also be code for it. Shit out of luck. Oh man, I just thought about how that could be, because our solar system is, or galaxies, well, the universe itself is full of surprises and wonders and everything. But if it's named the galaxy is nicknamed SOL or Soul Galaxy, that immediately, yeah, that a lot of people probably have fun with that. But anyway, back to the step-by-step guide on how to build your ship. In my personal opinion, I would recommend you go to Deimos over here by Mars, the Deimos Star Yard, and they have some of the best ship parts in the game, in my opinion. Yeah, they have like a lot of ship parts, so you can really spend a lot of time at their shipyard. So we're gonna go over here and dock with them real quick. Go ahead and board the Star Yard.
Captain, it is.
I wish Deimos builds some of the toughest.
And we're gonna go downstairs over here to the dealer.
Welcome to Deimos.
You deserve the best of the best, and that's Deimos.
So first of all, if you like to modify your ships, you only have like the Frontier, go right ahead, or you might have enough credits to buy your own ship, and you might want to customize your own ship. You can always, in my honest opinion, go for the cheapest ship available. If you don't want to bother customizing your Frontier ship, if you got. I mean, I know I have a lot of credits, but if you at least have 300,000 credits, 400,000 credits to spend towards your first ship, or even if it's like 200,000 credits, and you don't want to modify your frontier, you just want to start with a fresh, clean ship, then I just recommend buying the cheapest ship in one of the shipyard shops here. So it would probably be the Gladius 2 at Deimos. So we're gonna purchase this one, and
I think you'll be more than fine.
gonna modify this one. So gonna wanna once you're ready to build the ship, you would go to the ship builder option, and you want to highlight highlight the entire ship where it should show the entire ship in highlighted in red. So you want to delete the entire ship, and then you can start fresh. So if you're gonna do a Deimos build, you want to start with some habs if you like. In my opinion, you can always use companionways and storerooms to kind of connect other parts of the ship. They are pretty important and vital in terms of transitioning to different rooms. So you can, or you can start from the ground up. My personal preference, I will start from the ground up, which will be building the gears first. So Deimos has some good landing gears you can choose from, so you can kind of get a good understanding, a good look at how your landing gear would probably be on your ship from this view before you start building around the landing gear. And if you would like to duplicate some of these ship parts, just make sure you look at your controls on how to duplicate the parts. So for mine, I just have to use the Y button. I'm using a controller to play the game at the moment. So now you can position your landing gear the way you want it to. But that's another option that you could also do. You could build around the landing gear, or you could build the halves first. Halves might actually be easier for beginners. If you start with the halves first, it will probably be easier to work around it. So you get to decide on what you want in your ship from the halves menu. And now to get to this menu, after you go here, you just click on any part of the, let's see, you want to hit the G key to add parts. I thought it was with the mouse button, but obviously I'm using controller, so I don't use the keyboard much. So now you get to choose what halves you want in your ship from this menu. This is also where you get to choose different modules like the grav drives and your landing gear, of course, fuel tanks, engines, dockers, which is how you dock to other ships in the game, and the cockpits are very important, of course, in terms of cargo and hull integrity as well. You also have options for the landing bay, which is how you gain access to the interior of the ship, of course. Weapons, structural. Structural is for the overall design of the ship. You want to when you want to style up your ship a bit. This is the menu you go to. You could just build a, a s- um, square ship if you like. As a beginner, you could do a square ship to get you going. You can literally use a cargo haul um, module and build around that and make a quick small ship. Um, the fastest way you can do it with just the cargo haul itself, you can go to the landing gear. You can place it down below the cargo hold here. You can put it one in the center, to the left, and to the right. And of course, you will also have to make sure you use the landing bays. Of course, that's the only way you're gonna be able to get into the ship is through the landing bay. So you can also flip it around to where you would like to enter into the ship from. So most of the time, from the instant you actually add the landing bay to your module, it should elevate the module above ground. But at this moment, it is not. So if those landing gears do not work for that module, you can also use an alternative gear here, the one that mounts to the side of the module. You can also flip it around if you like. Doesn't want to be really elevated, brother. So you definitely want to add a few more modules to it before you add the landing gear in the landing bay here. So we're gonna add a few structural pieces to it. You also add a hull A, but that will not really give you access to the interior. It might elevate the bottom of it. This is trial and error, but I'm fairly accustomed to the game by now. I've been playing it for some time, so I can at least give y'all a good basic understanding of how to build a ship here. So we're gonna go back to Habs. We're gonna add a companionway here. And then we're gonna add our landing bay. Let's see if our landing gear works this time. I do highly recommend, if you're going to use a simple thing like a huge cargo haul, you might want to add a few additions to that around it at least. I like having my cargo hold on the bottom of the ship, and we're gonna also use let's see, we're gonna put something above it. Also a mess hall here. Um, we'll put that up top as well. Put that in the back. And what I will also recommend is adding engineering bay to the ship. It's pretty damn important. So you got different variations of this cargo hold, or different size modules for the mess hall. You can use this one if you want to utilize that space on the side above the cargo hold to put your engineering bay on there. So that's some pretty cool and nice modules you can add as a start. Also, on both sides of this module, you can add a living quarters or all-in-one berth. I personally recommend putting the all-in-one berth on both sides of those. Next, we are going to add a few more modules above. We might actually add some more in front of the cargo hall here. That is not the mess hall. Alright, there we go. That's the mess hall. And we're gonna also add a living quarters. And put a 2x2 living quarters right there. And that is a pretty big engineering bay. You know what? You want a really awesome ship? This is going to be the beginner's guide to an awesome ship build. So we're going to take our engineering bay out of the equation. You're gonna add something else in between there instead. Let's see. Let's add a computer core right in between there. And you're gonna also add a workshop on this side. right. Now we can actually add our let's add our gear to the bottom of the ship here. Now, given we could probably actually add just a few of these to make it really cool. But those gears need to be above ground, so we can't really add those gears. So this is going to be a problem you will run across plenty of times trying to figure out how to use the gears and stuff like that. Let me get rid of that gear. Not sure why that gear was there. And we're gonna get rid of those gears as well. This still doesn't seem like it is. There we go. Need to be directly up under the module. For this landing bay, it needs to be directly up under your module. You can't put it to the side or to the back of your modules. It needs to be directly up under it. So now we get to do our landing gear. I know this is going to be an interesting build, so bear with me here. Probably will remove that. So now we're going to add some more fundamental habs here. So you definitely want a workshop, and I believe I have that on there already. Computer core all in one. Moving quarters. Let's see, workshop. I'll give you the fundamentals. Our armory is definitely something that you should automatically want in your ship as well. I'm gonna put the armory down below here. Also, you're gonna want a science lab. I'll put the science lab on the opposite side. And for your own captain's comfort, you're gonna want to give him his own quarters. You can add that wherever you like. Preferably, I might put it actually by the armory, right up under there. So the captain's quarters is down below by the armory. Next, we can we're gonna add a companionway right there, in that, fill in that small spot there. Now we're gonna actually make it a storeroom. Oops. So you can choose between the storeroom and the companionway. So now we're gonna go with a little bit of styling. So you want to go over to your structural section, and we're gonna add a few bits of styling to the ship. Get to choose between the various pieces of styling for your ship to make it really stand out and make it look good. For me, I would recommend utilizing the wings to give it some little bit of styling. I know this needs more modules, but I'm gonna add the rest of the modules to the bottom of it. This is just a quick rundown of how to build a ship here. And steel decorations here. Let's see. I'm gonna also add a few more things to it. Let's see. Make it kind of give it a little bit of shape to it. Can add things like that to it to give it a little bit of more of a shape to it. You can also add one down here if you like. And let's see. I'm also going to add my reactors down here. So if you when you start adding your reactor, you want to get one. You want to build up enough credits to get the best reactor in the game. One of the best reactors, at least. As you see, there's a blue bar to the upper left corner of the screen that goes up for your equipment power and your reactor, based on your reactor. So you want that blue bar to be all the way filled up. So do an extra bit of grinding and get the best reactor, in my opinion. So you want your reactor to push out at least to generate at least 40. Your power should be at 40 with your reactor, at least 40. 38 is fine, or 39, but I highly recommend 40. I'd rather grind and get the best reactor. And you want to put your reactor somewhere that makes sense, where it's out of the way and kind of covered. Next, you want to get your grav drive. Again, I highly recommend getting your J52 Gamma grav drive. If you can afford it, get it. It is the best grav drive in the game. One of the best grav drives in the game. Unless I can find a better one, but this is the absolute best grav drive. I've always used that grav drive. Next, you can add more styling to the ship as well. We're going to continue adding more styling to it. Give it a bit more styling here. I'm going to add the braking engines to the front. Add these bumpers over here to the side here. We're going to flip these around. And put that in the front instead of the back. Decorations here, flip it around. Next, definitely want to get yourself a good cockpit as well. So you want to grab, well, a ship of this size, you can get a big cockpit if you want. If you got the credits to afford it, get it. But if you don't have the credits, you can still get a smaller cockpit. But I highly recommend getting a big one. You get to utilize more crew in your ship that way. You can definitely afford more crew to help with your ship based on just your size of your cockpit alone. So grind a little bit more and get that good cockpit. And it also increase your cargo capacity as well by having a good cockpit. So it's not the prettiest ship by far yet. Still got a bit more stuff I want to add to it. Quite a bit more actually. Let's go back to structural work here and let's add some more stuff here to it. So we can flip this around. Can't really do too much with that. We can utilize this for our engines actually. Well, we got the extra space down below. Let's add another habitat here, like all-in-one berth here. Let's see. Not sure how many all-in-one berths I actually have on here. 3 and 1. I got a lot of all-in-one berths already, so I'm gonna put something else in here. Let's see. Let's put a control station in here. And we also want to put an infirmary down below. Next, if you want to add more structural work to it, you can actually add some heat sinks to the top. It's starting to come into place here on how your ship could look in the game. Give your especially you want to give your ship some curves to it. I highly recommend also using these pieces right here. Very useful pieces for adding some style to your ship. You can also add this down here and put it there for a nice added effect there. Wait. I'm gonna actually duplicate that, put it there, put it there. I'm gonna bring this back to the front. Trying different styles as I go, see if it fits the ship well or not. Gonna add a few more pieces to that part. So yeah, I'm gonna keep the bumpers at the top. So next I'm going to add the same things I've added on the opposite side to this side. These are heat sinks. Add this piece to this side. Bring this over here. Gonna get rid of that piece. Copy that one. And copy that one. Next we're going to add that piece there. We're going to bring it around here. Flip it around, add it to that. We're also going to add some things on up under the ship here. We're going to add I'll probably add that there, and also add, let's see what this looks like. Oh. Okay. We're gonna also add some more styling on the bottom here. Some cool lights here. Just gonna make it really awesome. Gonna add something else on the bottom here. Gonna add that. Give it some more styling down below. Also, let's add Add that to the back there. And we're gonna also add some more of these lights behind the landing gear if you can possibly do it. Don't think we can do it with this specific build. Let's try it. Let's try adding this. I have to remove this to the front. Move this to the front. And copy that one right there. I'm going off a specific build that I already have. And I think those lights actually look good up there. I can always duplicate some of these things and make it really cool. That's really cool. Alright. And I need to get rid of that. Also get rid of that one. And we're gonna add another hab here. We're gonna get a companionway here. No, a storeroom. We're just gonna put it right smack dab in that spot right there to give it a bit more balance with the looks and styling there. Next we can move on to the engines, but you know what, we're gonna actually try something else on top for the styling. Let's add a few more things to the top. Oh, matter of fact, we could also add these things if you like. Not sure if that's your preference. It's like tails for the ship. It actually do add an extra bit of styling to the ship, so we might keep that. Let's add a little bit of styling to the top now. Gonna add these spine A's. This is spine A, spine C, and spine E that I'm using. Oh, okay, flip that back around. Go. So now you got like a okay, more of a stylish new look for the top of your ship. Got different options, of course. You could always use different options for the top. Something a bit more blockier for the back of it, so you can see what that looks like as an option. And doesn't looks like it blends well with what we have. That doesn't blend well either, so in terms of blending the style, that looks probably better. So we got the top looking kind of stylish. Now we can add some windows to the structural work here. Go with some portholes to the front. Yeah, these front. Give yourself a good. It's in my opinion, I do like having windows in on my ship. Gives you a chance to look outside your ship when you're in space, from the inside, of course. And you might have a few viewing areas at the back of your ship, of course. See what else. I'm going to add more. Well, let's go with some engines now. We're gonna go with the supernovas. Three supernovas should be fine. You can always add more if you like. But if you're gonna add more, you gotta be careful not to overpower your engine, because you can easily do that. Overpower your reactor. I mean, by having too many engines or too many weapons on it. So be careful on adding too many powerful modules. Engines and weapons and things of that sort will have a power rating that you got to look for. If your reactor A is not powerful enough to use that module, you got to go for obviously a less powerful module in order to accommodate your power struggle. Alright, we are going to add I'm gonna try to see if I can add some smaller engines up down below it and see if it will accommodate it or not. It will probably not accommodate these smaller engines per se. Just to give it a bit more styling here. See, yep, it's using too much power. Oh, and we also need a fuel tank, so I want to find some space for a fuel tank. So let's go for a fuel tank. I recommend if you once you get all the credits you want for your ship, get a big fuel tank if you want. If you can afford it, you can always get a smaller one because once you start building your ship, you might not have enough room. So might have to opt for the smaller fuel tanks. They kind of accommodate your ship a lot better when you're running out of space. Sometimes most of the time you'll be okay with just one fuel tank, one big fuel tank at least. So, and we need a docker as well, so I'm gonna grab a docker. Slim dockers works really well. You can put a slim docker in here, I believe. Now, that's a dock port in the mess hall. Let's put the dock port in a storeroom. Now, we can add our weapons to the ship now. One of the best parts for me. Let's look for our weapons tab. There we go. Oh, and you also need a shield module, so let's put the shields up there first. Once again, grind, get your credits up, and get the good modules. You work hard at grinding in this game. Get the good modules. So now let's go to our weapons. You want to at least get a pair of beam turrets or lasers. Not you don't need turrets. It's based on your playstyle. If you rather have a turret that can lock onto your enemies for you, or have a auto turret. It's based on your preference. Me, I prefer to manually aim and focus on all my firepower by myself without the assistance of a turret. So I also recommend you want some good weapons for your ship to start off. If you're gonna want your first ship to be your best ship, then get the good stuff. Get all the good stuff. I'm getting all good stuff. And for missiles, I'm going. Well, actually, I'm going to go with a disruptor instead. Actually, you might not, as you're starting off, I probably wouldn't recommend getting a disruptor because it damages your ship that you are trying to disable. Like if you're trying to disable an enemy ship and trying to board the enemy ship, I don't really highly recommend a disruptor. Your safest bet is with a suppressor instead. It's a lot safer if you're trying to stop a ship without destroying it. I know this is a big blocky ship, but I tried to add a bit of curves to it to the best of my ability. So now you want to add some missiles to it. It's your preference on what kind of missiles you want to use. Well, I'm gonna say it's your preference on what kind of weapons you want to use. This is your finishing touches for your first ship, so and just enjoy it. Get whatever you feel that you can afford at the moment. Now, before I look at all my OP stuff, I'm going to assign my weapons to a loadout. So in order to assign the weapons to your loadout, you got to go to your flight check, and you're gonna see you have unattached modules, or you need to be assigned to a group. I mean the weapons need to be assigned to a group, or this is how you check if you have any errors in your ship. So you just go to the next screen and start assigning all your weapons to loadouts and stuff. So that's gonna be the suppressor. For weapon, for W2 is gonna be my missile launcher. So we still have 2 errors, which is our docking module needs to be outside to ship. So we can't use this docker module. We just have to use something else. Let's see. And yep, can't put it there. So if your ship is too high up and you need a docking module, I mean if it's too tall, you need a docking module, you can always unattach modules. So something's not attached to the ship. Not sure what it is. So we gotta go over our modules and check and see what is not connected at the moment. It could be anything, so might take a while. definitely want to make sure your dockers are connected and everything. Oh, I don't think that was connected. That was not connected. There we go. See, I could probably add more weapons to this build to increase my firepower. So, specifically, maybe the EMP, the electromagnetic weapon could be increased to 3 instead of 2. I can add 1 to the top of there. So now I got a little more EMP power. And also add a third missile launcher if I want to. Let's take this and move my shield somewhere else. Then put my that won't mount right there either. So I'll put that back there then. That doesn't make sense because that will definitely destroy that electromagnetic thing. All right, and that's a good ship build. If you going to go big, get that one. I mean, build it the way I built it. Just go over my video and check on how I built it. And it's not the ugliest ship, it's not the prettiest, but it is a beefy ship. Alright, and once you finalize it, all you gotta do is hit exit and save your progress. Now you have a ship with a maximum crew of 9, which is hard to get. Enjoy your new ship, and hopefully that was helpful, because I know a lot of ship tutorials that are going extremely fast. So hopefully that help you. I'm gonna do another one shortly on building a smaller ship. So this is for a tutorial on how to build a big beefy ship for your first ship. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you on